Good afternoon. It's Sunday afternoon and we are headed up to Camp Sherman, which is up north of Sisters. We're heading out, I guess, somewhere in the National Forest up there to pick up a Nissan Titan and tow it back over to Sweet Home, Oregon. So we have about an hour and a half drive or so to get to this thing, and hopefully we find it. Apparently there's a blue blanket hanging in the tree, and that's how we know where it's at. So we're gonna go drive around the woods and look for a blue blanket. Okay, Camp Sherman, where we're going to pick this thing up, is on the other side of that mountain right there. It's called Black Butte. Sweet Home, Oregon, where we're going to drop this thing off, is on the other side of those mountains right there, which are the Cascade Mountains. Well, part of the Cascade Range. Those are the Three Sisters, to be more specific. But we got to go around this one to go pick it up, and then we got to go over those ones to get it home. And I don't mean like over the 12,000 foot peaks, I mean like over the highway that kind of goes up in between the peaks and around the side of them. Also, I just got an update about the whole blue blanket thing. They wanted to make sure I knew it was the blue blanket with the fish on it. So I don't know how many blue blankets are out here in the middle of the National Forest to lead tow trucks to broke down Nissans, but we are looking for the blue blanket with the fish on it, and they wanted to make sure we knew that specifically. So the fish. Look for the fish. Alright, we're at our turnoff where we're going to leave the highway and head out that way into the woods. We already drove around that big Black Butte mountain. We're on the back side of it now. I'm going to head out this way towards Camp Sherman, and then keep on going past it and up into the woods until we find a blue blanket with the fish. Okay, now we're out on the dirt road, headed through the woods, looking for the blanket with the fish. The blue blanket with the fish. Oh, damn it. They didn't tell us what color the fish were. Now we're never going to find it. Blue blanket with the fish. And there's a Nissan Titan, so I think this must be our guy. Alright, got it all loaded up on the dollies, tied down, safety chain, light. So I put the light on. Other than that, we are good to go. I guess the transmission went out, towing that trailer over those same Cascade Mountains. A little too much for it. So we're going to throw the light on it and take it home for him. Oh, and just in case you were wondering, I did not see any other blue blankets. Well, here we are back out at the highway. We actually came back out to this highway in a different spot than where we left it. And then from here we start right up the mountain. So the nice thing about coming out onto the highway where we did in that different spot is it's avoided about half as much dirt road, and it's a little shorter since we're going that way, not back that way towards Bend. The not so nice thing is it made us go from a dead stop and take off out onto the highway right at the base of this climb uphill while we're pulling another truck behind us. So a little harder pull because you can't get around at the hill, but that's okay. Just take it easy, we'll get to the top eventually. No need to get in a hurry. So this big old lifted up bro truck here came flying past me up the hill pulling this travel trailer. Just ripping black smoke rolling on by, and all of a sudden there was a lot of black smoke, and now he's doing like 20 miles an hour. He can't go anymore. I think somebody blew a turbo. Well, I hope that was fun while it lasted, bud. Good luck with that. Okay, we are now up at the top of the pass, actually heading down the other side. I don't know if that Ford back there made it to the top or not, but here we head down the other side, and look at the view up here. That's Hoodoo Ski Resort there. All the big mountains over here. Beautiful area up here. We're right in the middle of the Cascades. They just pulled over here to let the traffic go by. It's all gone now. I'm just taking it slow and easy down this hill because this is 11 miles of 6% grade, and you don't want to get going too fast for the tow truck because you're basically pulling a loaded trailer with no brakes. So here's a tip for you. Don't pull out in front of tow trucks. We can't stop. But since we're here, might as well check the tires. That one's pretty warm. And the bearings. And you see this tire and bearing is hotter than that tire and bearing. And that could be because this tire's air pressure is lower, therefore it's heating up more and heating up the whole assembly. Or that bearing is getting warm and needs some grease, and that is heating up the tire. Either way, we should look into that when we get back. Those temperatures are not anything bad or to worry about, but it is something we should look into and see, because there's a clear difference there. So these other three are all pretty consistent in temperature, and this one is a little warmer, so that is something to take a look at when we get back. Oh, and just for comparison's sake, come on. Tires are running right about the same on the truck as they are in the dollies, so those dolly tires are not hot. So like I said, those temperatures are not anywhere in the danger zone. That's still within the working range of both the tire and the bearing, but something is obviously going on there for it to be about 10 degrees hotter than the other three, when the other three were all pretty consistent. So when we get home, that is for sure something to look at. Check the tire pressure, check the bearing grease, and see where that 10 degrees is coming from. It's always nice to be able to spot a problem before it's a problem, and that's where temp guns on these long trips come in very, very handy. Okay, I believe this is his house right here. He said we can just pull in the driveway here and set it on the ground, because it still does move a little bit, just not enough to tow that big old trailer back across the mountains. So we'll put it down right here and get out of here. Okay, it's on the ground. I didn't film all that because you seen it. Just gonna suck the crossbar back in. Tighten everything up and away we go. Alright, that is it. We just gotta figure out how to wind our way back out of the town of Sweet Home here. We went through a bunch of little neighborhoods and stuff, and I got no idea where I am. But once we get back out to the highway, we are heading home. But there's one thing we have to do first. We gotta get diesel. Same thing we always gotta do. This truck only holds like half a gallon of fuel. So we're here gonna get this filled up, then we're gonna head home. Now that is done, we are officially heading home. We got about a 2.5 to 3 hour drive to get home. And as long as nothing crazy happens on the way, that's the end of this one. So we will see you next time.